What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the 4Line. This is episode 15, I'm pretty sure. It's been a minute since our last episode, but anyway, my name is CJ.
It is your amigo Brandon.
All right, so
Damn,
we
it
got.
feels weird to do that.
It does feel. I mean, we haven't filmed in like about 2 weeks. We've been busy with school just starting and all that. Mad confusing with everything going on with the COVID and the virtual class. It's makes no sense. But what do you think about school, man?
Honestly,
So far.
I just think I'm already tired of school. I don't I don't want to wake up in the morning and do school from
I'm
8
tired of it too.
to 2 o'clock. Like, I feel like this is just pointless. And honestly, I'd rather be doing this right now than doing anything else. But
I'm
of
so
course,
tired.
we've been getting like mad busy with school,
Yeah.
family. So we took this little break, temporary break. It was like 2 weeks. We
Yeah, two
needed to
weeks.
take a break to you know, let life settle
Adjust.
in.
Yeah, and then yeah, school for me, not I mean virtual, like I'm going back to school and doing virtual, but doing virtual absolutely sucks. I hate it. But going to school, not the worst. But yeah, trust me, I'd rather be hanging out with you and everyone during the day or be and doing these videos instead of at school. But well, so as Brandon said, we're gonna be back for we got the playoffs coming up probably next episode. So stay tuned for that. We're all
Yes,
excited for that. But
sir.
anyway, before I forget, fit of the day. What's going on?
Oh, yes. All right, so we're keeping it casual, clean, generic. We got the regular
Generic.
spring training jersey with the spring training hat. You feel, because I wish we could go back to March and avoid this whole thing, but no. So, CJ, what we got?
Honestly. We got the I haven't switched the hat up in like 5 episodes, so we're wearing just the Yankees snapback with the words. Haven't worn this in a long time, and the Gerrit Cole jersey because my boy Gerrit Cole is on fire at the moment,
I
as we
feel
will get
bad.
to later in the video.
I didn't introduce Big Bertha.
Oh no!
It's all right. We're here with you. And I
All
also
right,
want to say before we start this video, Um, I'm keeping it 100 with you guys. Life has been so busy. I haven't watched the Yankees in a hot minute. So I really don't know what's going on besides what's on this paper right here. So mainly my boy CJ is going to be carrying this video. I'm just going to be going along, pretending like I know everything.
All
Whatever.
right,
So give me
that's
a
fair
bro
enough.
moment on that.
That's a bro moment right there. But I've been balancing homework, videos, live streams. Whoever watches those, about to be writing some articles soon, possibly. So
Word.
balancing all
Yo,
that on top of
CJ,
watching games.
we need to get a bro moment for you, bro. You have not invited me on a live stream.
Yes, I did, but I didn't do it that day because I didn't feel well. But
Yo,
Brandon,
comment for your amigo Brandon, bro. He's feeling left out, you feel?
no, Brandon, you could come on. I'm doing one. I don't know, probably tomorrow. So yeah, pull up to that. I've only done like 3, I think. I mean, it's really kind of low key boring doing it by myself. I'll make sure you're on the next one. But anyway, getting into the video. So considering we haven't done this in 2 weeks, the last time we did this, it was quite a bit of a dull episode because the Yankees were really bad. It was like a bit of a quiet, like sad episode. So we invited Jonas on last episode, make it a little more fun. So that made it better. But the Yankees were absolute crap last week. 2
Hot
weeks ago,
dog
excuse me. And
crap.
then they turned it around. So we win 10 in a row. Yeah, we were absolutely awful, but we win 10 in a row, so that's not bad. That's actually really good. We gained a lot of ground on the Blue Jays. We were coming up on the Rays, but the Rays already won the division, so but the team bounced back. The offense was good. Pitching still remains to be pretty good. I mean, except for like some bullpen guys who are absolute disasters at the moment. But the team was looking good. Sweeps of the Orioles, Blue Jays, and took another game against the Blue Jays, and you took 2 from the Red Sox. So what do you think about that, Brendan?
Well, like I said before, I did not watch the game, but I will say we always love to hear that the Yankees are doing good now. I was watching the games when they were hot garbage. That is why I stopped watching for a brief hot minute, and I started watching the
Mhm.
NFL and the NBA. Obviously, the NBA playoffs are happening right now. Obviously, the NFL just started.
Oh,
We already don't like our teams. The Giants suck. The Jets suck. Bada boom, bada bing. Um, trying to watch some
yeah,
college
screw the
football.
Jets, bro.
Comment down below your favorite college football team. Maybe me and CJ might hop on that wave. But talking more about the Yankees.
Yeah,
Um,
man, I'm looking on the college wave. I'm looking on that wave.
yeah.
I
Talking about
mean,
the Yankees though, from what this paper says and what ESPN says and Yes Network says, the Yankees have been doing good. So that's what I like to hear. Of course, we had a 10-game winning streak. People are back now. We got Judge back. We got Stanton back. This is and Gio Urshela. So this is awesome. This is what I like to hear. Even when I'm away, not watching, I expect them to be good. So you know the vibes.
as well as 10-game winning streak, the Yankees made the playoffs.
Oh
As
yes.
this was a yes, as this was a we were asking this question 2 weeks ago. Are the Yankees gonna make the playoffs? Because we were absolutely terrible. We were the 8th seed in the playoffs. The Mariners and the Tigers and Orioles were coming up on us. That's how bad things were.
Dude.
But the Yankees, boom, up to the 5 seed. Most likely playing the Minnesota Twins, but we'll in the first round. But we'll get into that later. But so Yankees are in the playoffs. That's good. Everyone loves October baseball. That's personally my favorite
You
my
know
favorite
the
part of the year.
vibes.
But the one thing that gives the Yankees the biggest advantage in the playoffs this year is unfortunately gone. Yankee Stadium. We will not be playing at Yankee Stadium in front of a sellout crowd going insane for a full 9 innings.
Now,
That just takes away a huge advantage.
piggybacking off CJ right there. Now Yankees playoff atmosphere is like nothing else. I
Oh yeah,
sadly experienced it when I was very little. Haven't been to a recent playoff game. I was expecting to go this year, but of course things happen. CJ, on the other
same here,
hand,
dude.
has recently seen a playoff game, and from the energy, it just looks immaculate. Like I would love to be there right now. I would love to be hanging out with the drunk Yankee fans. Um, throwing beers at the outfielders on the other team and whatnot. But I mean, like CJ said, there's nothing comparable to a playoff atmosphere at Yankee Stadium, and the fact that they're thinking about a bubble and them not playing at Yankee Stadium is really gonna suck.
Yeah, it low-key hurts just thinking about it because we could have been at these playoff games this year. I went to the one where Gregorius had the Grand Slam versus the Twins last year. I never heard a building louder in my life until that ball was off the bat. The ground was shaking below me. People were throwing drinks in the air. It was probably the greatest minute of my life. I mean, that was absolutely crazy. I remember it picture perfect to this day. I just see I was like in the section directly next to it. I look up and I just see I'm like, oh my god, the ball's coming right at me. I'm like, it looked like the ball was coming right at me, but it just went to the right of me. But I like my dad's arm was on my shoulder. Mad people were like up. It was crazy. But that's the one thing we're gonna be missing. And speaking on Yankee Stadium, today's September 24th, but September 22nd, 2 days ago, would have been the game one of the Yankees Astros series at Yankee Stadium, final homestand of the season.
Now
Man,
that
you
would have been ground
I
shaking.
you guys already know that game. That game was circled on my calendar. I was ready to go. I was like, all right, we're pulling up with the trash cans and the signs to Yankee Stadium, and
Now
I
I
was
was
looking forward to
recently
that.
actually just watching a bunch of the old Astros clips of them hitting the garbage can. And watching the games, I didn't really realize it until watching the YouTube videos and all these clips on ESPN about it. And it's kind of like you could catch on to it. I think they banged the trash can if it was like a curveball or a slider, and they didn't hit anything if it was like a fastball. So it's kind of like
Mhm.
because they had the camera. So for me, it was very I really didn't know how they were doing this, but watching YouTube videos, they were watching the same way. So how we watch baseball games, they were watching it the same way in the dugout. And they can't be watching it like that because you could see the opposing team's catcher signs that he's given to the pitcher. They
Exactly.
eventually catch on to those signs and they know what's coming. So they banged the trash can 2 times loud enough so that they know not to swing or to swing. Sometimes one time you saw Bregman swing it when the trash can banged, and it was like a slider that he swung at. So I eventually
Mhm.
caught on to it, and I understand this whole cheating scandal now, and it makes me like
Yeah.
appreciate videos more and depreciate the fact that these scumbags cheated. Um, I mean, you can't really be doing that
I
now,
mean,
especially
shout out,
with all this technology.
and especially because there's quiet ballparks now, you could easily hear a trash can be banged. But shout out to my boy John Boy for pretty much exposing the Astros franchise in a series of 2 videos. But but speaking of the Astros, as we're this is just like a funny part here, but this is just a good laugh. But speaking on it, right, on the Astros, as of this moment, the Astros might not make the playoffs if they lose if they lose weekend series against the Rangers. I don't think they're making the playoffs, according to what I read on Twitter this morning.
Now, you'll love to see that because everybody, let's get in the chat.
Love to see it.
Let's get a hashtag fuck the Stros. Um, even CJ bleeping that out. You guys know what I said.
You
So
guys know what it meant.
just type that in the comments. You feel? Gotta love to
Yeah,
see it. So
yeah, and you love to see with the Astros as well. Jose Altuve is batting 215.
Bruh.
This guy batted 347 in 2017. Beat out my boy Judge for the MVP, and he's batting 215. And he's bunting to try to get on base now because he can't hit the ball.
Bruh.
because
But
he's
the
not hearing
Astros,
any dongs.
exactly. But if the Astros make the playoffs, they're a first round exit. Bye bye. Have a nice day. Adios. But anyway, moving on. What were you saying before I went on this point about the
So
Astros?
like I said, I wasn't really watching the games, but I'm gonna go what's off the paper here. So apparently Gerrit Cole, not surprising to me, he's getting back on track. He's a
With his
great pitcher.
personal catcher. Yeah, but speaking of Cole, Boone wants to make Higashioka Cole's like personal catcher, if you understand what that means. Because whenever Cole and are like matched up, when it's Higgy up behind the plate and Cole on the mound, the Yankee Cole looks so much better. Like his ERA is like 1.3, if I'm not wrong.
Because you want to
When
know why, CJ? And I'm just gonna put this out there. Some
why is
people are
that?
gonna disagree with me. Some people are gonna agree with me. Don't go too hard. But Gary Sanchez
Okay, what is it?
is a lazy catcher, and I'm gonna tell you guys why. I feel like Higashioka, he's very active with the pitcher. He stands up and he's like very, very firm, very, very solid. Gary, on the other hand, likes to get a little too loose
Yes.
and a little too comfortable and starts sitting down and gets lazy with the signs and all that. Now, I believe it was Tanaka. Don't quote me on this, but back when Austin Romine was on the Yankees, I think it was Tanaka, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tanaka used to always pitch at Romine and not with
Yes, he
Sanchez.
did.
And Tanaka was always on fire with Romine. So that just proves to show that some pitchers can't handle the laziness of Gary Sanchez.
Yeah,
And now I know
I
we're gonna
totally
get
agree.
hate for
I totally
this.
agree. No, I totally agree with that because Sanchez gets lazy behind the mound at times. Like he drops a ball hits his glove, it goes through his legs, pass balls. But Higgy is a great defender behind the plate also, and hitting wise, my boy hit 3 home runs in a game. My boy's on fire at the moment. He's had like 3 games. He almost hit a home run in the most recent one, but he's been hitting the ball better than Gary Sanchez
Shout
has,
out
and that's
to
why
our
I feel like
boy for liking
shout
our
out to Higgy.
picture. Good vibes.
Yeah, shout out to Higgy. He liked one of our posts on the Instagram, so shout out to him, man. That's some cool stuff. But
You got a little
Higgy,
special
man.
place in our hearts.
Oh yeah. And Higgy, man, you've been going off. Just if you're watching this, which I honestly doubt, keep up what you're doing, man. We really need that into going into the playoffs. But anyway, moving on the list of topics. So we did win 2 games against the Red Sox. We also swept the Blue Jays. We also swept the Orioles. Game 1 of the Red Sox series, Sanchez came up big. That's all I gotta say. Then we won the next one 8-0. Well, the first game we won in 12 innings. That was a wild game. And then the third one we lost 10-2. Deivi Garcia looked pretty rough, not gonna lie. Eric Kratz came in to pitch in like the 8th inning, which was quite entertaining if you ask me.
That's just a joke.
And then
you know what? They should have had freaking Deivi Garcia catching him. Yo,
it would have been instead of father and son, it would have been son and father.
Bro, yo, I would pay so much money to see that. Kratz
Just
up
switch
to
the order.
pitch again. Yo, let's have Kratz go pitch again. I want to see Deivi at catcher, bro.
Well, speaking of Kratz, he pitched again yesterday, but I believe Gary Sanchez called him. Quote me if I'm wrong.
Yo,
but
drop a like on
anyway,
the video
also,
if you want to see our boy Deivi Garcia catch Eric Kratz. We'll make it happen.
that would be awesome, dude. But anyway, that 8th inning where Eric Kratz pitched was probably the most bizarre inning I've ever seen. In the top of the 8th, some guy broke into Fenway, standing on the camera pit, like in center field on top of the Green Monster, and walks on and screams something about Boston loving New York and starts screaming about America, takes a Yankee hat, throws it on the field, and then yells at Michael Chavis in left field, "You're not Michael Jordan," and throws a Nerf football at him. And he misses by like 20 feet.
First off, I would like to know how the hell does this guy get into Fenway? How the hell did drop a comment down below, say hashtag Spider-Man in Boston. But
but he was climbing like after the cops came, like he was climbing on the poles, like above, like he hopped over the railing and is climbing on the poles. If he fell, he would have fell directly onto the field. I don't know how he did, but
I would like to know how the hell this guy just like managed to. Yo, he definitely did what they did in the movie Ted.
That's exactly what it brought me. That's exactly what I thought when I saw it.
Yeah,
I'm like,
shout out to Ted, bro. You guys predicted the future. This guy took the same exact steps my boy did to get into the stadium.
Ted predicted the future.
Hashtag Ted. Hashtag Spider-Man in Boston.
Bro, look at Ted, man. So inspirational. But
he really
that was probably the highlight.
Man.
I'm watching the Jets get killed by the 49ers. By the way, go screw yourselves, Jets. You guys suck. Adam Gase, go fly kite, go away. But anyway,
I'm so disgusted. I can't
yeah,
tell you how disgusted I am.
Yeah, screw Gase, bro. Dude's a clown. But he doesn't know what he's doing. But this is a baseball podcast.
I'm disgusted.
Anyway, I turned on Yes for like a minute to check. Like, I'm like, all right, Jets suck. I'm changing the channel. And I see this dude like walking. I see LeMahieu up, and I see this guy walking. And I'm like, yo, what the hell? Like, I turned it on at the perfect time. And then Eric Kratz comes in and pitches. I'm like, geez. But that was quite an interesting inning. That kind of made the loss feel not as bad as it did, because it was 10-2. But we don't care about that.
That's Boston Spider.
Yes. Yeah, Deivi looked rough, but another thing I wanted to bring up here, say we're in a game 3 situation here against the Twins, winner take all, because it's the best of 3 series. Would you pitch Deivi Garcia or J Happ in that situation?
Honestly, from what I've been watching, I haven't been watching. I'm gonna keep repeating this throughout the episode. My bad, people. But honestly, so here's the thing. J Happ has more experience, obviously. He's been in the league longer.
Okay.
Deivi Garcia is a new rookie. Now, from what I've seen from Deivi, I'm pretty impressed. And
Mhm.
J Happ, he has very good days and very bad days. So honestly, going on that, I'm gonna pick Deivi to be pitching with Kratz behind the plate, only because I feel like J Happ, you don't know if he's gonna have a good day or a bad day. It's very unpredictable, and
Okay.
days like that, you need someone that you can rely on. And so far, Deivi Garcia, from what I've seen at least, has proven to me that he's a good pitcher and he could handle this. Unlike J Happ, where who knows if he's gonna throw hella strikeouts or he's gonna give up mad runs.
Yeah. I agree with that, and like this brings me to a point I wanted to bring up. Considering I believe for this upcoming Marlins series, quote me if I'm wrong, I believe it's going to be Happ, Montgomery, and Deivi pitching those 3 games. I'm gonna have to like make a decision after I see Happ and Deivi pitch, because then I'll
Yeah.
see which one like fared out better in like a tune-up game, if you want to call it, for the playoffs. But if anything, I would like to see J Happ out of if we win the best of 3 series versus the Twins, I would love to see J Happ come out of a bullpen if he doesn't get to start. Because we could all agree on this. We don't want to see Jordan Montgomery starting a playoff game. That dude has
Word.
been absolutely inconsistent.
Jordan Montgomery, he deserves to get sent down to AAA. He needs to work on his mechanics.
Bro, him and Mike King have been absolutely big letdowns this season. So that's kind of sad to see. But technically right now the Yankees are still fighting for the 4 seed. If the Yankees get the 4 seed, they get home field advantage for the first round, which will be at Yankee Stadium, obviously with no fans. If we lose, if we get the 5 seed, then we'll be playing 3 games in Minnesota at Target Field. And then that brings me to the next point we have. After the 3 games, either at Target Field or Yankee Stadium, there's going to be a bubble. And the American League bubble will be in the American League Division Series and Championship Series will be played in San Diego at Petco Park, and then Los Angeles at Dodger Stadium. And the NL, DS, and CS will be played at the home of the cheating Astros, Minute Maid Park in H-Town, Travis, Scotland.
It's
And
lit.
then Astro World, and then the it's lit. And then the Arlington, home of the Home Depot ballpark, home of the well, it looks like a Home Depot, but it's actually kind of cool, home of the Texas Rangers in Arlington, Texas. So that's going to be quite interesting. I don't like the idea personally because you've been playing in your home parks all season. Why the hell do you have to play in a bubble? That makes zero sense. But again,
Honestly,
Rob
they should have
Manfred
been
is the commissioner of baseball.
They should have been playing in a bubble from the start. It makes no sense to do it now, especially if everybody's been playing. But I understand because they don't want teams to get sick during postseason. Because if teams get sick during postseason, that's really gonna suck. You feel? So, I just expect. I expected them to do the bubble sooner. For me, I would have liked to see it sooner. We would have probably have seen all these COVID outbreaks between the teams. So I understand why they would do it now.
Yeah, I could see that, but there's another thing that kind of like ruins the whole point of a bubble. Rob Manfred is pushing to have fans at the NLCS, NLDS, and World Series, the World Series will be taking place in Arlington, if you guys didn't know. So Rob Manfred wants to play a bubble, but wants to have fans. That makes no sense.
He's funny.
That literally, clown Bobbert on the screen right now. Rob Manfred makes no sense. No sense.
That just shows a commissioner just trying to make a little bit of money because some places
he hasn't made anything.
Some places in like New York, we don't allow fans. As you see in the NFL, the Cowboys, their whole stadium was basically filled up. To be honest,
yeah, I know.
Same with the basically looked like
it looked packed,
functional, except there was like one seat in between each fan. Like the
stadium, and like you saw with the Kansas City Chiefs, they also had the like 4 or 5 seats. Yeah, I mean, but again, considering the Jets and Giants playing Jersey, I would have loved to go to, even though the Jets suck, I love going to Jets games because they're fun, even if they lose. But I wish we were able to go to Jets games. I wish we were able to go to Yankee games, but again, Bill de Blasio and Governor Cuomo won't let us do anything fun. But I'm not gonna get all political as much
The
as I would
last
want to.
time I
They don't
really
let us
had
do fun
fun
things, and that brings me.
was like this whole pandemic was literally like a week away. And it was when I pulled up to the Guardians game. Now, trust me, I'm a big XFL
The
fan.
Guardians.
I'm pretty happy that shout out to Dwayne The Rock Johnson for buying them back so that way I could see another season. But I'm a really big XFL fan. Like, I love the XFL, OD, and that was the last time that I like really went to a game and had fun, and it was honestly more fun than going to an NFL game,
Giants.
and it was less packed. The tailgate was insane because you had mix of Eagles fans, Jets fans, and Giants fans, and Bills fans all becoming
All in the
friends
same place.
for one day.
That's something I thought I'd never see.
Like everybody
That's
became friends for like this one day. Mad tailgates, people were like jumping through tables. Everybody was barbecuing. It was the most fun thing. People were running
That's
on
definitely the Bills.
field.
That's Bill stuff.
Bro, but that was the last time I really had fun at an event. So I'm really happy that the Guardians are coming back and the XFL. Had to bring that up real quick, even though we're an MLB channel.
That's okay.
Love the XFL.
Like I never went to an XFL game. I was planning on it, but we definitely got to go next year when this
I'm
when
a
this whole
big
pandemic
New
clears up.
York Guardians fan. I've been watching them since day one. Before this, when they just started. That's the reason why I also love them too, because I was watching this like when it like got started. Like I wasn't forced into a team. Like all these like teams,
Yeah, I watched the first game.
yeah, like all these teams. I was at the first game. That was the game I was at. But all these teams and
Yeah, I was watching on TV.
MLB, NFL, NHL, all these professional sports, they've been here before we were alive, and we just kind of carried on a tradition. For the
Yeah.
XFL, I felt like we had the opportunity
Exactly.
to start a tradition. So that's why I love the XFL. That's my love right there. Shout New York
That's-
Guardians. You know the vibes.
Yeah, if you guys watch NHL, like the Vegas Golden Knights are new. You see a lot of Vegas fans all over the place because Golden Knights, new, cool name, cool jerseys, actually performed well on the ice. So you have like a new tradition around the United States of
Bro, when is
like,
Vegas gonna get a baseball team soon?
they have a minor league team actually. They have a AAA team for the
I'm
A's.
calling it.
The Las
If-
Vegas Pilots.
I'm calling it. If the Athletics, if Oakland doesn't let them build another stadium, they're gonna be out to Vegas. I'm calling it, bro. Yo, Vegas is
Along
on
with the A's, along with the Raiders.
word. Vegas is on a big come up. They got a hockey team now. They
Word.
got the Las Vegas Raiders down there. They got a bunch of room in Las Vegas. It's all desert, so they have no
It's cool.
trouble building up something. And who wouldn't love to just go to a football game in Vegas? Like it seems such
Exactly.
like a cool vibe. You go to a night game at the Raiders Allegiant Stadium, and then after that, you go to the
That stadium is
biggest stripping
awesome.
party. Like
Yeah, man.
it's a whole vibe. I want to see an MLB team down in Vegas.
So would I. That would be awesome. And like, yeah, screw the Rays. Go play in Vegas or Montreal because no one likes the Rays. And also, let me go on let me say Rays fans. Speaking of the Rays, are probably the most delusional people on the planet. You think that we're like mad that you won the division, bro? The division title doesn't mean anything. I could
Bro.
quite frankly not. I quite frankly do not care. I don't
And
care.
Here's a big shout out to the Rays fans. Shout out to you guys for having more Yankees fans at your home games than actual Rays fans.
Yeah, who the heck
Shout
likes
out
the
to
Rays,
you.
bro?
Shout out. Most of the people in Florida are Yankees fans from the start.
Exactly.
Shout out to you guys for having more Yankees fans at home games than more Rays fans. It's just funny.
Yeah,
to me.
and yeah, as our boy who was on the last podcast, my guy Jonas, we were talking about how we all don't like the Tampa teams. The Lightning just eliminated his Islanders. I never liked the Lightning. The Rays, we all hate the Rays. And the Buccaneers have Tom Brady. So I don't like any of these guys, any of these teams. And he's like, Tampa has the worst sports franchises and fans ever because they're so fair weather fans. Like nobody goes to Rays games unless they're in the playoffs. Like
Word.
who the hell was like, I'm gonna go to a Rays game.
And you know
at
what's
the
the funny
Trop.
thing? The funny thing is that it's not even in Tampa. They're in St.
It's in St.
Petersburg. Why the hell are you gonna call them the Tampa Bay Rays if they're not even in Tampa?
Bro,
The hell? Yo,
bro,
let's
and
just get a big
Trop
bro
is like,
moment for all Rays fans because you guys are just a joke at this point.
Bruh.
bruh. Bro, imagine like going to games at the Trop, bro. Like that place is a dump. Like who would want to go to the Trop in their right
It
mind?
looks like a prison.
Oh, it's a beautiful Saturday. Exactly. It looks like a warehouse. It looks so boring.
It looks like a
how
Costco.
boring of a stadium could you have?
Yo, we out to Costco, yo.
Boys, we out to Costco down in Tampa. Next season, we out to Costco. But speaking of like weird stadiums, the new Texas Rangers park looks like a Home Depot from the outside, but in the inside, it's actually really cool. But it looks like
Alright.
a home. It looks like
Honestly, the best stadiums that came out has to be the Raiders, and the nicest one is SoFi Stadium out in Los Angeles.
SoFi.
But the funny thing is that SoFi Stadium is not even in Los Angeles; it's in Inglewood.
But it's technically like near LA. But it is what it is. I mean, like you see, like ending the point on stadiums. You have all these cool stadiums like Allegiant, SoFi, AT&T, Mercedes-Benz, and you have that Life Stadium that looks like a giant air conditioning unit in the middle of nowhere in East Rutherford, New Jersey.
Yeah, why are
And
the fuck are we
New
calling
York teams play there.
Why are
Well,
we
we could
calling
all
them
thank,
New York Jets and New York Giants? They literally play in fucking.
Exactly. We could all thank James Dolan, the dude who runs the Knicks and Rangers. Shout out to you, you bum. He, even though I love seeing the Rangers and Knicks fail, but he shut down a proposal to have a Jet stadium built in the like where the Hudson Yards area by like the Javits Center. They were about to build a Jet stadium over there. They never did, all because of him. He didn't want it, and he started this whole thing, and he forced people to vote no. So the Jets could be playing in New York, but at least we got the Yankees in New York, so that's cool.
They
Team
should
that
pull
actually
up to
represents
Staten
New York.
Island. Wait, no, don't come here. We don't like this place.
Yeah, Jets. I love you guys, but we really don't need all your traffic and all your terrible play calling on our borough. But anyway, moving back on to baseball. The Blue Jays are now in the 8th spot, so we pretty much buried them. If we like split the series tonight, we pretty much buried them. Mike King looks lost. Jonathan Loizaga looked terrible. First game of that series, very frustrating. But then Cole went off in game 2. The offense looked good. Bounce back win. The Rays won the division, as we mentioned. I don't even care because what does a division title even do? Like, what is the significance of a division title? Thank you. I mean, the only thing that's really important is a World Series or American League or National League championship. Like, what are you gonna fly a banner in your Costco-looking stadium? 2020 AL East champions. Bro, that's nothing to flex. I mean, you're about to flex that you're the AL East champions. Whoa, congratulations. I mean, I was happy when the Yankees won the East last year. Was I planning a parade? Was I flying banners? No! The Yankees are too good for that. But a poverty franchise like the Rays that doesn't win anything would do that.
What funny thing is like some franchises put up that they won like AL East and all that stuff. Like,
so stupid. Like the Mets do that.
Bro, like we don't shout out to the Mets for fucking being stupid. But we don't gotta put that up. We just gotta put up that 27 right there. And soon to hope be 28.
28, hopefully. And speaking on the Mets, Steve Cohen bought the Mets, so Mets fans, you can rejoice. Will Ponds are gone. But the Mets fans are treating this dude like he's God. like coming the savior of the Mets. Like, oh my God, God has descended on the Mets. No, bro, what do you think? He's gonna pull all this money out of his pockets? Here, JT Realmuto, here, Trevor Bauer, here, all these free agents. Yeah, come play for the Mets in Queens.
And shout out to our boy A-Rod for not being stupid and copping the Mets.
I still would have loved to see A-Rod and Jeter own teams in the same division.
Nah.
I would have loved to see that, but
Any other
moving
team.
on.
You can't do the Mets. Or the Red
Yeah,
Sox.
but true. Or the Rays or the Astros.
Yeah.
But moving on, the playoffs. We'll get a little look at that. We got the Marlins series coming up. Final series of the year. I can't believe that the season flew by, dude. I mean, it was only 60
Word.
games, but feels like I was just in DC for opening day like last week, man.
I feel
Really
like
does.
it's when – so my boy CJ doesn't know about this because he doesn't have a PlayStation. So when you play MLB The Show –
well, next year it's coming on Xbox next year.
Yeah, so when you play MLB The Show, what's funny is you literally could start the season and you could sim all the way to the end. And that's how this season kind of felt for me because I feel like we started it, I watched a couple games, and then I like fast forwarded all the way to the end.
I mean, like that's honestly what it honestly feels like. The season just like after that opening day game against the Nationals, just feels like boom, just everything just went so fast after that. And it's honestly like, I mean, because baseball season is my favorite part of the year. I mean, you could probably agree on that. It's the best part of the year for people like every day. Like I come home from school, I'm like, all right, the Yankees are on. I mean, like last night I had virtual school. Oh, the Yankees play today. I mean, it's like stuff to look forward to for people. You know what I'm saying? And like, it's unfortunate that the season had to be short, but it's fortunate and we're lucky that we got a season anyway. I mean, that's the important thing here, but it's honestly crazy how this flew by. And we're at the playoffs next week. Next Tuesday, playoffs start on the 29th. I honestly can't believe it, man. I really can't. It's crazy.
And holding me down as I wasn't
Shout out Yankees.
being active. So I think
I was not happy with the Yankees, but let's go get 28 this year, boys. This is one of the good chances we got. I mean, all the boys are back from injury. The pitching is best of 3 series. You get Cole and Tanaka first 2 games. We all know playoff Tanaka is an absolute unit. Unit. Like he's like God just come
flaring the nostrils.
Yes, we already love Tanaka, and let's hope Tanaka re-signs with the Yankees at the end of this offseason. Otherwise, I will be very sad. But it feels like God just like comes down, and then like George Steinbrenner and like Babe Ruth like just come down and like give this dude like all this power, and he comes down and is like
he's
immaculate. He's like immaculate in the playoffs. But playoff Tanaka, dude, wholly different. And then we got playoff Cole coming.
So
but Higgy.
I'm not sure, but from what this paper says, I think that pretty much wraps up the episode.
I think that wraps it up pretty much
a
as well.
Clean episode.
Very clean.
Again, I haven't been watching, so don't criticize me in the comments.
Hey, man, you did pretty good for not watching. I'm not going to lie. You did pretty good.
I know how to always hold it down. But I will be watching now since I'm back in the swing of things. Remember, just because we take little breaks doesn't mean that we're not coming back. We are back. I'm going to be hopping on that live stream with my boy CJ because...
Yes, sir. Brandon's about to hop on the live stream.
2 is stronger than 1, you know, the vibe.
2 is always stronger than 1, bro. We taking it as over, dude. I mean, and then maybe we get some in the playoffs too. Maybe we could even come here for the playoffs, and we can do it in the same place.
Stay tuned for that. Remember.
No, there's Corona. Oh no.
Giveaway at 1,000 followers. We're almost there. We recently just hit 800.
Giveaway.
Instagram. Also, 100 subscribers on the YouTube. Let's go, people.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Thank you. We love you.
So,
let's go. I believe we're at 90 subs on YouTube. I believe we're at 90.
Follow us.
Yep.
On the
Stay tuned for that giveaway.
Follow our main account. They're always posted down here. All it takes is a little quick follow. Like, comment, subscribe. And,
You're...
here. It's your.
I like that. I like that.
That's going to be
It's
a new
CJ.
thing.
Have a great day, everybody. I like it. That's like the dude from ESPN who used to throw the paper ball at the end of the show. I
We
like
love
that.
y'all.
But signing off,
See y'all later.
we love all of you. Let's go
Go.
Yankees, baby.